Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Mindfully Aligned. This week, we are talking all about the small wins. They are super important. And if you are trying to manifest something for yourself, if you have a goal in mind, like I talked about last episode, this is a key to staying the path and bringing that into reality and really priming your mind to create whatever it is you're wanting into this reality. So let's go over the small wins because some of these may have you realizing that you're actually on the right path. The first one is to celebrate just showing up. That's step one. And before you realize that you wanted to do this thing, you weren't showing up, you weren't doing it because you weren't working towards it, right? If you are trying to get fit, showing up means going to the gym X amount of times a week or going to a workout class X amount of times a week. You are trying to grow following on Instagram or TikTok. Showing up means creating a content calendar, posting daily or posting every other day, posting more frequently. Those are all forms of showing up. Now, that doesn't mean that you're just gonna wake up tomorrow and be Instagram famous or wake up tomorrow and have the dream physique you've always wanted. No, it just means that you're showing up. And so in those moments where you're showing up every single day, but you're not seeing the results yet, that is the biggest test of commitment. And the fact that you are continually showing up each day and staying on the track, that's enough to celebrate because that means that you are putting yourself in the position to receive what you're manifesting. So step one, you did it. Like that's a win right there. Another win too is showing up even when you don't feel like it. That's a huge thing. And that takes, again, another level of deep commitment. And that lets God, the universe, whatever you believe in, know that you really are serious about this. And it means that you have now obtained the discipline to do what you really want to do. So again, that's another win right there. Another small win is creating structure or systems. We need structure to stay along a course, to stay along a path. It's something that is a necessity. And so if you are building now a world, a routine, a system that is aligned with what you are trying to get, that's a win right there because that means you are making it serious and you are making a foolproof plan. And that is something to celebrate as well. Whether it's making a content calendar, organizing your budget, or maintaining an organized workspace, those are all foundational wins that keep the momentum going. Once you have that solid foundation, you can really have the strength and the mindset to just keep going at what you're doing. Because really, from that point, all it takes is time. You're showing up every day. You're setting up a structure that makes it work. All you need now is time and to just keep going. And that's a win in itself because you're already halfway there. Now, on a more emotional scale, advocating for yourself is something that you have to give yourself a pat on the back for if you are doing. Many of us can be people pleasers. A lot of us were conditioned to be that way. Sometimes we lose our own voice in all of that. And it's really unfortunate when that happens. So if you ever find yourself beginning to advocate for yourself, whether it's saying no to something that drains you or yes to an opportunity that amazes you, by honoring yourself and how you feel within, that is really a huge win because, again, so many of us lose that along the way. We all have. And so when you find your voice again and you are able to listen to yourself and stand up for yourself and assert those boundaries, that is a huge win. And I'm proud of you. Now, this next one is a win that I myself am working towards. It's doing something out of love and not obligation. Now, this might come a little further down your journey. If you feel like you're farther away from that, that's okay. But sometimes if you are working towards something, it might feel annoying to do it sometimes. It might feel annoying to put out a video every day. It might feel annoying to haul yourself to the gym every day. Or if you're working on your confidence, it might feel annoying to pick out a nice outfit every day or do your hair a certain way every day. But if you find yourself actually starting to maybe enjoy it, that might mean that that means that you are progressing and you are getting there. It's getting there. It's growing. And that is something to celebrate. So if you're picking out an outfit or doing your hair for you because now you want to feel good, or you're working out not to punish yourself, but because you want the mental clarity and the endorphins after, that's a good sign. That means you are winning. That is a win. If your fitness goal is to lose 50 pounds and you're not there yet, but you find yourself falling in love with the gym, that's a win because that means you have the momentum to continue, and that is huge. And finally, here's a major one because it'll help you figure out the small wins that even I haven't mentioned. Tracking your progress week by week. This is really great because it forces you to find something that you did do well in, even in weeks where you feel like you may have been lacking. Instead of beating up on yourself, you were able to sit down and find like 3 things, okay, that maybe have worked. And by focusing and honing in on those things, again, we can shift into a mindset of gratitude instead of scarcity. And that is really a major key in bringing whatever you're looking for into your real life. So if you are trying to get something done, if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to feel more confident, if you're trying to grow a following on Instagram, we know it can really suck if you're not seeing the results right away. These are all goals that do take time. Anything worthwhile takes time. If through that journey you are taking the time to celebrate the ways that you are surprising yourself, that really helps you stay in the mindset of abundance, stay in the mindset of gratitude, and stay in a higher vibration. And when you are in that place, it allows you to receive what you are manifesting. It allows you to receive the thing that you've been wanting. So if you are working on growing a following on Instagram like me, I'm working on growing this podcast. If you or I were to focus on the numbers or focus on where you feel like you're falling short or you're not seeing what you're working towards, that can be disappointing. And then you're going to repeat the narrative in your head that I don't have what I want, I don't have the following, I'm not seeing results. And that in turn is going to continue to manifest that. And then you're going to be stuck in a loop where that is your continued result. Instead, by taking the time each week to figure out where you are succeeding, focus on where you are seeing maybe a little bit of progress, and it can be small, that helps you to manifest the idea that I am seeing results, I am progressing, things are changing for me. And because you are now reinforcing that narrative, it begins to manifest itself in your reality. And now you are continuing on a positive change. And like I said, it can be small, but delusion is key. Delusion is key here. You kind of need to trick yourself into overly celebrating those small wins because it's better than nothing. Even if that means your small win was showing up to the gym 1 extra day this week, celebrate that. If that means that you got a couple extra comments on a video, celebrate that. If it even means that you got 1 comment on a video, but it's from someone who doesn't usually pay attention to your stuff, or you got 1 follower and it's someone you didn't expect to resonate with your message. You're working on your confidence and you decided to pick out a different outfit that day that you wouldn't usually choose and you actually got a compliment on it. Small win, those matter. And when you take the time to celebrate those, you are able to manifest a different reality for yourself. All right, and that pretty much is the main idea of this episode. Small wins, small episode, mini episode, you get the vibe. But yeah, I said that starting April was going to be my month of just a whole lot of personal change, a whole lot of personal growth, really getting started on that. We established what it takes to get there. But, for this episode, I really wanted to talk about how to maintain the journey, and that's through small wins. So I just wanted to get on here and chat with you guys real quick about that and how important that is. And I hope that this week you're able to count all the small wins and feel free to share them with me as well on the Mindfully Aligned podcast Instagram. I'd love to hear how you're doing. And now, without further ado, it's time for the song of the week. This week's song of the week is We Gon' Make It by Jadakiss. Amazing song. It's hype, early 2000s hip hop vibe. And it's just about, we're gonna make it. We're on the right track. We're gonna do this. Yeah, that's pretty much the vibe of this week's episode. And so, of course, it had to be the song of the week. And overall, it's just a bop. So if you haven't heard it, make sure to tune in and you can listen to it and all the other songs of the week on the Mindfully Aligned podcast Instagram. All right, that's it for this week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all the things, show all the love, and I'll see you next episode. Bye.